The other day I heard the most awful thing. Somebody said to me, they said, I could never be an artist. They said, I could never be an artist. Not me, them. And I thought to myself, that's not true. Anybody can be an artist. You can be an artist. So I'm going to show you some simple steps to bring the artist from inside of yourself outside of yourself. The first thing that you're going to need to do is paint the picture of the artist you want to be. So, we've gotten ourselves an ordinary plain piece of wood. It's not special. It's not already painted and I'm going to wipe away something to make it show up. No special effects. There's true art coming from within the artist. Do you understand? The artist is within. So let's draw that artist out by painting a portrait of the artist we wish to be. So, I've got myself some things here. This here is going to be my primer. And I'm going to make this entire piece of wood one solid color with this primer here. I'm going to shake it up a little bit. Sometimes I like to think of myself as dancing. Maybe there's a live rock band, and maybe they gave me the maraca, and I'm just like trying to keep the rhythm. And it's not like when I don't feel like I'm on the rhythm, what I do is I just play a little bit quieter. But as soon as I get into the groove, then I really get into it, and I'm like part of the band. I'm part of the music, and I'm just making my way into people's ears. So that seems like it's pretty much shooken up. Let's see. Now we have to get into the paint can. This is embarrassing. There should be some sort of a tool. Where did I put my paint can opening tool? There it is. You just use the back of one of these things. No, that doesn't work. Hold on one second. Perhaps this paintbrush back. No. It's okay, because sometimes the journey to a painting is just as rewarding as the outcome. So let's see if we can advance our journey now. We have a rock. Come on, don't do this to me now. Anybody can be an artist. Absolutely anybody. It just takes a little bit of know-how to get into the paint. Here we go. This one will work perfect. I don't suggest using your teeth because you could really, these are pretty stuck on there. This is my neighbor's. There we go. There we go. Patience. That will help you. Ooh. And I have all the paint I could need for this job. Now, as you'll see, when I was done with my last painting, I didn't clean my brush, but that's okay. What we're going to do to clean it is we're just going to kind of bend the brush to where it's loose again. Kind of separate it all. It's fine. This is very professional. This is how you paint. If you have the time, then maybe you would want to wash it off when you were done with the previous painting, because it makes it a little easier. But trust me, this is normal. This is the same thing any artist would do. Okay. Come on, paintbrush. Why are you doing this to me? I'm trying to show people how easy it is to be an artist and how everybody can be an artist. Oh, gosh. There we go. Well, it doesn't need to be perfect. I mean, art is sometimes about the mistakes that you make. So, now that we have it loosened up, we're going to prime our painting. We're going to use this to catch any paint that would fall. Okay, it's not working as well as I thought it would. Hold on. Okay. Well, that's okay, because if you really want to be an artist, you should always have a backup plan. And I do. This is absolutely fine. No worries there. We will use an alternate brush. It's a little smaller, so it might take a little longer than I thought, but it will do the trick. That's perfect. That looks really good. In fact, I think that using a little brush makes it so that you can give a little bit more attention to everything. Here we go. Shh, my neighbors, they don't like me being an artist. Shh. Alright. There we go. There we are. Now I've chosen this color because I feel like it's kind of like the sky, yet it's also kind of like the ground. And I always want to be, like, although I shoot for the stars and I go for my dreams in the sky, and like I'll go to a rainbow if I have to, but I also want to keep both feet on the ground, where I know I can count on myself, step by step. So that's where we're going to start the background. You may have a different color background that you think is appropriate for yourself. Now, you need to figure out what your artist is. Maybe you'll have a dark background, like a blue one. Maybe a white background. I mean, you really have to look inside yourself, and there's two ways to think of it. If you're going to use white as a background, it could be a very bright background. But keep in mind that white is two things. It is either all of the colors together, and if you take that light, shine a prism through it, you'll see a rainbow, or it could be the absence of color. So even if you choose to have a white background, choose what kind you want it to be. Do you want it to be the kind where it's everything in the world, or do you want it to be the kind that's empty? And if your answer is either, you can also think of the alternate. The alternate color for that same feeling is like it's black or brown, because black could be the emptiness of space with no color in it. Or it could be all of the colors put together evenly. But whenever I try to do that, it ends up turning out to be more of a dark brownish orangish color. Perhaps I'm not using enough purple. Okay. Look at that. It just goes on so smooth. And it's a good idea. Ooh, careful not to spill. All right. It's a good idea to try to get one area at a time. Because if you try to paint the whole thing, here's what I'm trying to say, is like you need some dependability in your art. And if I start at the top and move to the bottom, then I'll be able to know when I move on to the next step that the top will be dry first. But if I just paint all different parts at the same time, I'll never know when what part's ready. So, we're going to move across the top here. Alright, well, we're going to finish up painting this canvas with our primer, and then we'll be back when it's all done.